Okay, so we need to make a new scene so that we can change to that scene once we reach the desired score. So I'm going to make a new folder here, call it scenes. I'm going to drag our current scene into there, and then I'm going to right click, create scene. And I'm just going to call this menu. Okay, so now we have two scenes in our game. We have the mini game scene and the menu scene. If I double click the menu scene, you see that it's an empty scene with nothing inside it other than the default main camera and directional light. So what we want to have happen is, after we collect all the pickups, this is in 2D view. So after we collect all these pickups, we want to change scenes into our menu scene. So how we do that in Unity is through the scene manager. So the scene manager, well, as it says here, does scene management at runtime. And the specific method that we'll be looking at today is the load scene method. So in the load scene method, what it does is, well, as the name suggests, it loads the scene with the following parameters. We have the scene name, the name or path of the scene to load. And let's have a look at how they do it in the example. No, that's not the one I want. So over here they have scene manager.load scene, and they give it a name and a load scene mode. So we have the different load scene modes. They have additive, which will add the scene while keeping the previous one, but we don't want to do that. I'll show you which one we're going to do as soon as we get to the required score. Yeah, so we have created our second scene now, and we need to make sure that we can access the scene. So to do that, you first need to go to File, Build Settings, and then you see here Scenes in Build currently is empty. So we want to add this button here with Add Open Scenes. Takes whatever scene is currently open and puts it in there so that we can access it. So we want to do that with our minigame scene, and we also want to do that with the menu scene. File, Build Settings, Add Open Scene. So now you'll see we have minigame at index 0 over there, and the menu 1 at index 1. So now we should be able to load a scene with just that. Let's just test it out quickly. So to use scene management in Unity, you need to have using Unity engine.scene management. Okay, so we need, gives us access to the method we're looking for. And let's just test it. We're going to say if score is equal to 1, then I want to load my scene. I want to say load scene manager dot load scene, and then what parameters does it need? Well, this one just says I can give an integer of scene build index. So if you remember what we did here in the build settings, we have the two scenes where index 0 is minigame and index 1 is menu. So we should just be able to put a 1 in there and have it load the menu scene as soon as our score reaches 1. Let's test that out. Oh, sorry, now I'm in the menu scene. Let's go to minigame. Okay, score 0, and I collect 1, and it takes us to our menu scene. So that's working great. You'll notice that as soon as I've loaded the scene in this method, using this method, all the game objects from the previous scene are completely gone. We only have access to main camera and directional light. So what we're going to look at next is how to keep things that we want to stay or persist between scenes. So for example, our score. If you want to have the score persist between different scenes, which is something you need for your final project, we need a way to be able to do that.